Hi students, we are going to discuss transportation in plants. The energy needs of plants is very different from that of animals. This is because plants are stationary and most of the plant body is made of dead tissues. So the energy requirement is quite less. Since the energy requirement is quite less, the transportation system is slow, not as that of animals. The transportation system in animals is quite fast because the energy produced in their body is great. But in case of plants, the amount of energy produced is less. Therefore, the transportation system is also quite slow. The transportation system in plants consists of two tissues, that is two complex permanent tissue, the xylem and the phloem. The xylem helps in the transport of water and minerals, while phloem helps in the transport of food. Water and minerals are transported from the roots to the leaves, that is only in the upward direction, while food is transported from the leaves to the different parts of the plant body, which can be upward and downward. Xylem consists of four components, that is tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, while phloem consists of companion cells, seed tubes, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Transport of water and minerals does not require energy in case of xylem. It is transported by simple physical forces, that is osmotic pressure and transpiration pull. But in phloem, energy is required for the transport of food. These are the differences between xylem and phloem. Let us next see how water is transported through the xylem. As I told you, simple physical forces are responsible for the transport of water and minerals from the roots to the leaves. These two forces are osmotic pressure and transpiration pull. The root cells are in close contact with the soil. They take up water ions. This creates a difference in the concentration gradient of the water ions between the root cells and the soil. Because of this difference in the concentration gradient between the root cells and the soil, there is a continuous flow of water from the soil to the cells. And from the cells, water then moves to the xylem and thus a column of water is set up. And this force gives a pushing effect, and this pushing effect is known as osmotic pressure. Now, what is transpiration? Loss of excess amount of water in the form of water vapor from the stomata of the leaves is known as transpiration. When transpiration occurs, a vacuum is created in the leaves, and because of this vacuum, the water from the roots is pulled up. So a pulling force is created. This pushing force created by osmosis and the pulling force of transpiration together helps to transport water from the roots to the leaves. Now, what are the three functions of transpiration? Transpiration helps in the transport of water and minerals from the roots to the leaves. It helps in the loss of excess amount of water from the plant body, and also it helps to regulate temperature. Now let us see about phloem. Phloem helps in the transport of soluble products of photosynthesis, and this is known as translocation. Phloem not only carries or transports glucose but also amino acids and other substances. This is transported to storage organs such as fruits, roots, seeds, etc. And this transport is helped by the companion cells and the seed tubes. Unlike in xylem, the transportation of food requires energy. Materials such as sucrose is transported by the phloem using ATP. This increases the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. This pressure moves the material in the phloem to the tissues which have less pressure. This allows phloem to move the materials according to the need of the plant. For example, during spring season, the sugar that is stored in the roots is transported to the buds, where energy is required for growth. The next topic is excretion. What is excretion? Removal of waste materials from the body. In human beings, the excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. Urine is produced in the kidneys. It is taken to the urinary bladder through the thin tubes called ureter. Urinary bladder stores the urine and urine is passed out through the urethra. Now, what is the purpose of making urine? It is to remove waste materials from the blood, just as carbon dioxide is removed from the blood. The nitrogenous waste products are urea or uric acid. The basic unit of filtration is nephron. Let us now see the structure of nephron. Nephron consists of a cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule. A cluster of capillaries called glomerulus are found inside the cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule continues as a U-shaped tube called the Henle's loop, and this is attached to the collecting duct. So the basic filtration unit in humans is nephron. The initial filtrate consists of amino acids, glucose, salt and a major amount of water. The amount of water that has to be excreted depends on two factors. That is, how much amount of water is there in the body and how much dissolved waste is to be excreted. Once the bladder is full, it exerts a pressure, and this pressure causes the urge to urinate. The bladder is muscular, so it is under nervous control. Let us discuss artificial kidney. Kidneys are vital organs for survival. The malfunctioning of the kidney can happen due to infection, injury or restricted blood flow. Artificial kidney is a device to remove nitrogenous waste by the process called dialysis. But dialysis is not a permanent solution, and not only that, it is a costly process. The permanent solution is transplant of kidney. But here also there are certain risk, that is organ rejection. In human beings, nearly 180 liters of initial filtrate is produced. With that, we have completed the topic excretion in animals. Excretion in plants is quite different from excretion in animals. Both carbon dioxide and oxygen are excretory materials. When carbon dioxide is released as a result of respiration, it is a waste product, while oxygen is released as a result of photosynthesis. Here, oxygen is a waste product. Gums and resins are found in old xylem vessels. These are also excretory products. Waste materials are stored in vacuoles. Not only that, leaves dry and fall off. Fruits, when they are ripe, they fall off. All these are methods for removing waste from the body of the plant. Lastly, waste materials are also excreted through the roots into the soil. Thus, students, we have completed the chapter Life Processes. Thank you.